So today I am going to be making this gorgeous card which opens up and you can put a note card inside as well as a gift card. It's got all sorts of dimension and beautiful pattern paper. Today's card features paper from 2 stacks from DCWV. One of the stacks that I used is a Brights stack and it has 48 sheets. They are 6 by 6 and they're double-sided. So these are some pretty neat colors in here. All sorts of different colors. So today I'm using some of the purples. So as you can see, one side has a pattern, the other side is solid. So this is one of the ones that I'm using today. And actually I love the quality of this paper. It's pretty thick as well. And then the other one, when I saw this stack, I just fell in love because purples and lavenders are my favorite color right now. So this is a 12 by 12 inch printed cardstock with 48 sheets, and half of them have glitter in them. So as you can see, there is some really nice paper in here. Love, love, love this and can't wait to make more cards with it. And again, this one too, really thick cardstock. And this one is called the Chateau Lavender stack. So let me go ahead and show you how I put this together. It's really easy. So let's get started. All right, so let me show you the pieces that we're gonna need today. I cut all these out with my paper hand trimmer. So this is really easy to put together. So I already went ahead and I stamped on this piece just to save some time. Now this piece is 2 by 1 3/4. This piece is 2.5 by 2. This piece is 1 by 5. This piece is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. This piece is 3 1/2 by 4. This piece is 5 by 3 3/4. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And lastly, this is an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper. Just a solid cardstock that I had. And so these pieces are going to make up the front of the card and the base. And for the cardstock that we're going to use on the inside of the card, we have a piece of white that's 3 by 4 1/2. We have a pattern paper that's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And we have a solid that's 3 3/4 by 5. This is one of the double-sided papers here. And we also need 4, and I have 2 coordinating and 2 coordinating. So we need 4 patterned papers, and these are cut at 4 by 5 1/4. All right. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to take this piece, which was the 4 by 5 1/4, and we're gonna actually cut it diagonally because that will help us make the inside piece. And on my handy dandy trimmer there, I'm just gonna line up the corners there. You can do this with any trimmer. This makes it a little easier because I can see the track here. And that looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna close that and I'm gonna slice that right through the center. And now I have my 2 pieces. Perfect. And now I'm going to take my 8 1/2 by 11 sheet and I'm gonna score that. So I'm at the 8 1/2 by 11, which is at the top. And I'm going to score that in half, which is 4 1/4. So we'll put that there. And my cutter has a scorer on it, as well as a cutting blade. So my gray one is now the scorer. So I'm going to score that in half. And then I'm going to turn it 1 turn, and I'm going to score this at 5 1/2. There we go. Now lastly, what I want to do is cut it now from the top of this score mark to the bottom right of this one. So we're going to be cutting this at an angle, and then likewise from this side to the bottom left. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me score this, or get the score a little bit better so that I can see it. There we go. Now if you guys can see that any better as well. So I'm just going to line this up. I'm going to go from there to here. I'm going to cut that. Just like that. Now I'm going to use my blade again. Cut that straight up. Don't throw these away. You can definitely use that for something else. And I'm going to do this one. So line up the score mark there with the score mark up here. Looks about right. And using my blade, we will cut that one. Perfect. So now this is going to fold up like this. Just what we wanted. Perfect. So let's move this out of the way. I am going to get my little bone folder here and just kind of crease these edges a little bit more now that we've got this going. Perfect. Nice. All right, so now that I have all my pieces cut out and I'm almost ready to assemble, but one thing that I like to do is to ink my edges. And I'm going to show you a couple reasons why. So not always, but sometimes cardstock has a white core, which means when you cut into it, there's a white center, which is not a big deal. You could either leave it or you can color it in. And so today I'm going to use some distress ink. This one is Seedless Preserves, and I'm also using a foam with a blending tool. And I will show you what this looks like. So I'm going to load up my sponge. I'm going to dab it off here to the side. And I'm just going to run that along it. And it covers the white part there. Now not only does it do that, but if I kind of brush over it a little bit, you can see all the dimension that gives, which looks really nice. So I like to do this for a lot of my cardstock, and it really, depending on your project, it doesn't take that long, but it kind of looks really nice. So you can see what a difference that makes to the piece that wasn't done. So that looks really good. And then let me show you on one of the solid pieces. And you could be messy, you could be clean. I kind of like to be messy. Just like that. To me, I like the way that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all of my cardstock with the same technique that I just showed you, and I'll meet you back in a second. All right, so I have all my edges inked, as you can see, and that only took a few minutes, and I really like the way that that came out. So it's time to assemble our card, and I'm going to start from the inside out. So the first thing that I need to do is to glue on these triangles that we created. And today I am using art glitter glue. And sometimes I like to use glue because it gives me a couple extra seconds to move things around. And I'm going to apply this one here, like that. And then I'm going to apply the second one here. And because we used 2 pieces of cardstock, and we needed to use 2 pieces of cardstock because the paper that I'm using only had the pattern on one side, so I do have an extra set of these. So you can make another card using the other paper that's left over, which is always nice. All right. And I probably didn't even cut that right because there's just a tiny bit difference there, but I'm okay with that. These are handmade cards and you have to be okay with that. All right, so now we're going to take our 2 pieces and we're going to glue them in the center here. And because I have the glue out, I'm just going to go ahead and use the glue. And we'll glue this one right in the middle here, like that. And we'll do the same for this one. Like so. Those will be the little back pieces there. So now we just need to go ahead and adhere this piece here, and I'm just going to use my glue again, and I'm going to just put glue on through the center, but a little bit on both sides, all the way to the top. That looks like enough, and we're going to secure that down. And that will just take a few seconds to dry. We'll leave that, and now we'll go ahead and work on our little insert. Now this is going to actually be a little card. You can go ahead and write your sentiment or whatnot, and it'll slip right in here, just like that. Perfect. So let's go ahead and put this together. So we will put, and see, I write my measurements on the back to help me let you guys know what the dimensions are, but nobody will ever see that. So we'll put some glue on here, and we will adhere it to this piece here, like so. That looks about good. And then this piece on top of that piece. And if you definitely wanted, you could definitely use some foam adhesive. This card has a lot going on, so I thought I'm really not going to pop anything up. Maybe on the front. Haven't decided yet. We'll put this one in the center here, like that. There you go. This will be our card to go inside the card, which is really cute. I like how that came out. So now we just need to finish the front. Front has the most dimension, so let's grab those pieces. And again, just going to be doing assembly. So we're going to adhere this piece onto this piece. So let's do that now. Like so. And let's see. This piece is going to go here, like this. Put that in the center, like that. And then that is going to layer on top of that piece. So let's glue that onto that piece. This has lots of dimensions to this card. I really love all the layers here. And then this one will go here, I believe. Yep. And then this one actually will go there. So let's go ahead and glue this on. Now this is the 1x5, which will go onto the 5x 3 3/4. So let's glue that on. Thought it would look nice with just a little bit of a trim piece there. And we don't even have to go to the edge. Let's just kind of go like that. Perfect. And let's see, just like that. That is really cute. I'm really loving this card. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think we should add some dimension there. So let's put some in each corner. And one in the middle for good measure. And now it's just a matter of lining it up. There you go. So we got a little bit of dimension there, as you can see. Nice. And then we'll adhere this into the center of here. That is so pretty. All right. Beautiful, beautiful card. And the last thing I need to do is adhere that to the front of this one. Gorgeous card. Let's go ahead and do that. And there you go. What a gorgeous card. I love, love, love this. I actually might want to add 2 gems or 2 rhinestones or some sequins right there just to give it a little bit more bling. But I don't know if you can tell, this cardstock does have a little bit of that glitter in it, so it does have a little bit of shine. I don't know if I could pick that up on camera, but the flowers do have a little bit of glitter in them, which is really cool. And then you open this up and you can put your little note card in. And then also, if you had a Visa or American Express, you could put your gift card in on that side. Super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple gemstones there. I think that would look nice. And there we go. I went ahead and added 3 purple gemstones that I had, and I love the way this card came out. It is such a pretty card. Lots of dimension, lots of gorgeous pattern paper. You got your note card, you got your spot for your gift card. Gorgeous card. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.